Good evening, folks. What is up? What's up? What's up? Sports bettors, day traders, all kinds of people here. Welcome to Last Minute Betting with the Sports Nutz, brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company for sports bettors worldwide. Mike is here, Justin is here, and we're ready to have a kick-ass night of sports betting. Hopefully we're going to have some fun, right? Live chat is available. By the way, in the description below, there are links for BetMGM and Fanatics, along with links for my Dub Club and Winnable picks. So get on there right now and check it out. Don't forget to like this show, subscribe to this YouTube channel. And only thing I can tell you, Mike, is I told you Denver was going to make it 7 games. That's all I can say.
Okay. I mean, I don't recall us having a real heavy discussion about that, but
no, we just talked about it. I said last night, Denver's going to win and take it 7 games.
We should have bet him then.
Well, you talked me out of it. You went, no, I'm staying away.
I just said
every time you stay away, I stay away and I lose money. I could have won.
You didn't lose money if you didn't bet it.
Yeah, in my opinion, I lost it.
Well, you're relying on other people's opinions, so that's...
Well, I rely on Mike to be my NBA guru.
Well, clearly, I mean, he inspired you to put Kobe number 2. I mean, come on now.
Okay, we're going back to this fucking stupid conversation again about
there's a lot of people that put Kobe at number 2. If we're being honest, heard a lot of former players say that. I mean, I
don't know about that, but that's we don't have to go back down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, no. Because you're going to lose out on that, because I think I still keep Kobe there, just to piss you off.
Right. Yeah.
And any other LeBron lover out there, L&L. Like he's the most important basketball player who ever walked the face of the earth. Hello.
And not the most important. I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but
he's a great player. No two ways about it. One of the best that's ever played the game. That's it. When I need a clutch shot, I'm not giving it to LeBron.
I'm not giving it to LeBron. He disappears in fourth quarters, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
That guy goes MIA.
I'll give it to Kobe or Michael. Those two will come through.
Kobe's never disappeared in the fourth quarter.
Not like this. LeBron's it seems like every time you turn around, LeBron's nowhere to be found in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Nowhere to be found.
Okay, what about the 2010 NBA Finals?
Well, if you're going to use one example, but I'm talking about over the course of his career.
What about the 2004 Finals?
Okay. Every fourth quarter in those finals, he was just dominating. Ray Allen hit the shot. He bricked up shot. I mean, we could get into this discussion pretty heavily, but I mean,
yeah, I really
LeBron ain't the guy I want taking the shot. I mean, fourth quarter game on the line. I don't want LeBron with the ball in his hands. No, absolutely not.
Let me close this argument out by saying this. Okay, first of all, yes, Kobe's a better shooter. I never said that LeBron was. Kobe has to be a better shooter than LeBron James, because if he wasn't, he would not be as good as he was. That's like as common knowledge as you can get. So,
okay, here's what's common knowledge. You know what? Kobe would outwork LeBron. He was a gym rat, dude. He shot and shot and shot and shot. LeBron's not like that. He didn't put in the time that Kobe Bryant did. And let me tell you, man, it's well known.
LeBron has had some. LeBron has had some clutch fourth quarters, but this ain't clutch. LeBron James averaging 7 points in 126 games in the fourth quarter in his playoff career. I mean, I don't see that as big time clutch. I see that as, just a role player. I mean, 7 points is what he's averaged in the fourth quarter in the playoffs for his career. That ain't nothing to go nuts. And again, no, you're not going to average 20 in the fourth quarter. I understand that, but I mean, I don't look at that and think, oh my God, like fourth quarter, he's taking over the games. No, not even close.
Well, you do 7. You said 7, average 7 points in the fourth quarter.
7 points. Yeah. In 126 games.
Well, I mean, 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, 28 points. I mean,
the fourth quarter is when you need it the most.
Okay.
That's when you need it the most.
Hey, I never said anything about that. If you want the ball in either Kobe Bryant or LeBron James' hand, you need to make a shot. Yeah, I would say Kobe because everybody knows better shooter. Like
that's a winner, and I want the guy who's going to win on my team. Okay,
that doesn't make a better all-around player.
It means he's going to win. He's the guy that has the intestinal fortitude to want to win. Sorry, LeBron is not in Kobe or MJ's class when it comes down to winners. Be aware of baby bears; they might bite. Yeah, that ain't no kidding.
Yeah, when he had Shaq winning them those championships. Yeah, I mean,
Shaq was winning the championships. Have you looked at Kobe's stats in those three playoff runs?
Let's not talk this stupid topic, okay? I don't care. I got LeBron too. You got a problem with that? Then,
well, I mean, you have a problem with us putting Kobe at 2 over LeBron. Right.
Yeah,
that's where the problem all started.
Yeah, that's
you
what
can have what you want at 2.
You
haven't given any argument for the guy being what you're making it out to be. So
I've plenty of argument throughout this show. Go back.
You just said Shaq won him 3 NBA titles, and you clearly haven't dug it deep enough into the numbers and seen that is 100% inaccurate. That's not even close to being accurate.
I don't need to.
You should.
Well, I'm not going to. I'm not going to acknowledge it anymore. Let's talk about.
Okay. All right. Then you know what? You decide what you want to talk about when you come on this show, or otherwise, I don't know. Do what you want. I don't really give a shit. All right.
Let's talk.
All right. Let's move on.
Yes.
Let's move on. I don't want to talk to you anymore about basketball. We have too many stupid conversations.
24-7 and 5-1-5. I mean, I'm not even going to dig into the numbers.
I don't even get
it. Just forget it.
Let's talk about something current. Let's talk about the 49ers.
I'll talk about something else here. I'm going to get off this subject. I want to talk about this game tonight, Boston and New York. Mike, does Boston push this to a 7th game?
Again, this is another tough spot like the last game. I mean, a lot of people thought Knicks. I didn't want to touch the Knicks last game, but I didn't really want to touch Boston either. And Boston has played well without Tatum. So it's not like, it's a tough loss, certainly, but Boston has proven they've been better off without Tatum. And at this point, if you're backing the Knicks, you're paying a pretty crappy price to back them now. So, my gut tells me Knicks probably close this out in New York. I just don't know that I want to, pay minus 150 on the Knicks whenever most of this series we've been able to get them at, a lot better value than that. So, from a betting standpoint, no pick from me in terms of who wins. I I don't want to pay the price of backing the Knicks.
Okay. Goodbye, Boston. All right. Okay. Stevie B, tell me what you think. Are your Knicks winning it tonight? Dodgers, D-backs, Tigers plus 196.
He's a Knicks fan?
Huh?
He's a Knicks fan?
He's a New York guy.
Oh, he is. Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know if is he actually a Knicks fan though? I don't remember. I know he's a Rangers fan, but
yeah, I mean, he probably. I actually don't know if he's a fan.
I'll tell you what. If Boston wins this game, though, they're probably winning this series.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just stay away from that game then. Completely. Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I'd be willing to put Boston money line in a parlay. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Something tells me this thing's ending.
Okay. And if that's the case, do you think this series is ending? Because if anything, this would be a series that would be ending between Toronto and Florida. What do you think?
I mean, there's no value on Florida tonight, obviously. I think I said that if Toronto didn't win that last game, that this is probably it for them. And I kind of believe that. I kind of believe that.
I'm very used to the Knicks losing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's a Knicks fan.
Yeah, I get it.
For sure. I did catch early today, and don't see it now, but plus 1.5 Leafs was minus 125 this morning on Caesars. For some reason, I don't see Caesars out here at all right now. So don't really know what's going on there. But you know what? Even if minus 135 plus 1.5, not bad.
I mean, you could add that to a leg for a parlay. I mean,
I like it, as a straight out bet.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to think they, after the game they had,
yeah, I can't see him playing like that again.
No, I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so.
Randall and I were talking about it earlier.
Go for New York. I mean, we could add them to the parlay if everyone's consensus is to agree with it.
What? New York?
The Knicks money line to the parlay.
I mean, you guys can decide that. It'd have to be majority rules because I think I'm gonna ride Boston.
Oh man. Well, Justin, Boston or New York? Who you like?
Well, if I had to pick, yeah, I would lean the Knicks, but I'm staying away from that game because I actually have a bad feeling the Knicks could choke.
I do too, unfortunately. I really do. But it's set up. I mean, if the Knicks are going to win this series, they do it in New York. That'd be pretty big, for them to do it Madison Square Garden. But yeah.
Hey, okay, we'll just stay away from that. But something I'm excited about, today is, don't you? It's opening night for the WNBA, baby. Nafisa Collier and the Minnesota Lynx against the Dallas Wings and Paige Buchner. We got the dream in the mist tonight.
Paige Beckers, not Buchner. What the hell are you saying?
That's what Randall told me your name was.
Paige Beckers?
Buchner.
Oh,
Buechkner.
Oh, okay. Well.
Okay. All right, Mike.
I thought you were talking about Beckers.
No, WNBA player, Paige. She's
Paige Becker's pretty known, Bobby. Number one pick.
Los Angeles and Golden State. And tomorrow, big games. Vegas and the Liberty. Is that a revenge game for the Aces? And the Sky against the Indiana Fever. Indiana is Indianapolis is going to be going crazy. And then the Storm and the Mercury. I love the fact that the WNBA is back. You want to watch basketball at its finest? Go watch Nafisa Collier. She's a hell of a player. And I will add this to the parlay. I'm going to take the Lynx -4 tonight. So we got Maple Leafs +1.5, Lynx -4. That's a +232 right there on Caesars.
Yeah.
So
probably add one more leg here.
Okay. What do you got?
I guess we could stick in the MLB. Don't really have a choice.
This is rivalry weekend, or that's what they're trying to make it. It's more they're picking teams that are fairly close in proximity to each other.
Yeah.
Like the Dodgers and the Angels and the Cubs and the White Sox, Cardinals and Kansas City, Guardians and Reds, Phillies and Pirates.
Yep. No, I get that. And we got obviously Mets and Yankees.
Right.
Yeah. Give me Mets, man. Give me the Mets on the money line.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it. Juan Soto revenge, baby.
Okay. +678 in Pinnacle. What do we got here? Bet 365 +636. That's where I can bet that. All right. Let's put that in there. Justin, you got anything leg-wise or?
1 second here. I may have a play.
Okay.
Give me Washington on the money line.
The Nats.
Nats.
Yeah, because Baltimore really surprisingly has been off to a bad start. I mean, a bad start. Really surprising, quite frankly. I'm actually shocked at how bad they've been this year so far.
Yeah, they've been really bad.
Maybe that's the curse of Tyler O'Neill. He is on their team now.
Yeah, well, a lot of no pitching there for them either. Losing Burns didn't help.
No, but he's not. It's not.
No, I know, I get it, but they're definitely not. They don't have the pitching for sure because the offense shouldn't be the problem. They got tons of guys.
Okay, Cubs 13, Soxes 3. You don't have to put an S on the end of that, son. Just Sox will be fine. Okay. You don't put an S on that. Sorry, come on.
Well, the Cubbies better have won today because they're coming off a loss to the Marlins.
No kidding.
That's horrible. And Lucas had the nerve to tell me, well, the Cardinals, they've been playing bad teams. That's why they won. They swept the Nationals. Well, then sweep the Marlins.
And the Cardinals just took 2 out of 3 from the Phillies again.
Yes, they did. I mean, I really would like to think the Knicks win this thing tonight, honestly, but I can't.
In my opinion, this is a game 7. This is not a game 6, in my opinion.
Yeah, because I don't think there's any doubt if Boston wins tonight, they roll next game.
Yeah, if you're new, you gotta win. Like there's no two ways about it. New York does not win. I don't think they win the series. Honestly,
I don't either. I don't think there's a chance that they do. And you also got to take into consideration that the Knicks won those first 2 games in Boston. That ain't happening anymore. They already won their games in Boston. They're not winning another one in Boston. They lost the last game in Boston. They will lose game 7 in Boston. You're not beating them 3 times in that building in a series. So, yeah, the Knicks don't win tonight, kiss it goodbye. Boston's winning that series. You did your part. You won 2 games in Boston. Now you have to close it out at home with no Tatum. Obviously, Porzingis has been, sketchy anyway, but no Tatum. Come on, you got to get it done in your own building tonight. Have no choice.
Okay. Justin wanted to talk about the 49ers.
Yes.
I'm guessing
Purdy, I guess, is where I would say.
Yeah. Purdy with a 5-year, $265 million extension. Shocked?
Well, yeah, I want to know what you have to say because I have a feeling I'm not going to like your take on this.
I mean, what else are they going to do? I mean, in reality, you've had people pay Trevor Lawrence big money. I mean, all quarterbacks are getting big money.
Well,
but most of these quarterbacks nowadays, I think, are just overpaid game managers.
Well, yeah, and that's been ever since the turn of the century. It's usually been that way. Every time a quarterback makes a top dollar, they don't usually win Super Bowls after. That's just what happens. And I think the 49ers, I think they're done with this. I really do.
Man, I wish Jabari was here. That's his team.
Well, I would think maybe, I don't know what his take on it would be, but I understand there is no other option right now, obviously. And I think they're in a position where they can't really tank to get, a top quarterback in the draft next year, because they do still have some talent, although, we'll see with McCaffrey what he's going to be like coming back from injury. And I do feel their window's closed. It pretty well feels like that window for San Fran is closed. But I think they're still good enough, as you saw last year, where they're going to win some games. So I don't think they can set themselves up to tank that. And I'm not sure how much stock I'm putting into next year's quarterback draft class, because we got to see, we can't go buy off of this year's, this current class in college and what they did last year. We got to go by their current year as well. That we got to factor that in. So you have to see that play out too. But I mean, that's an awful lot of money. I don't really think Brock Purdy's a great quarterback myself. I've never thought he was. I think he's been good enough to win games. Serviceable because of the team around him, yes. Because of the team around him, yes. A lot of weapons, you had Debo, and Debo's gone, but you had Debo Samuel, McCaffrey, and his, a healthy McCaffrey tearing it up. You've had a lot of different running backs that have been able to come in and be successful. Ayuk, Jennings, good receivers. Kittle, really good tight end. Offensive line, really good. Defense, pretty damn good over the years. One of the best defenses that are going. I mean, aside from last year, but factor in the last few years.
And Kyle Shanahan and Debo. Don't forget those two.
Yeah, but
he said Debo.
Yeah, I said Debo already. But Shanahan, I like Shanahan. I think he's a great offensive mind, but I mean, I'm not a big on him. If in a Super Bowl, I don't want him coaching my team. I don't want any part of that.
Well, both the times he was in the Super Bowl, he went up against Patrick Mahomes. I mean,
yeah, well, but should have won.
Oh yeah,
should have won.
Should have won both those times. I'm not denying that, but I mean, Patrick Mahomes is just so damn good. I mean, it's like it's a curse, so they had to go up against him 2 times.
Okay, and he went up. Kyle Shanahan went up against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Okay, let's not just give it all to Mahomes.
Well, if we're gonna talk about Shanahan Andy Reid's. Yeah, give me Andy Reid all day.
In regards to as far as an offensive mind, I don't think it's even close. Shanahan's a run guy.
And don't forget, he was the offensive coordinator for a Falcons team that choked. I don't want him coaching my offense. They were up big. You can't maybe just blame Kyle Shanahan, but he does not get a pass. You're the offensive coordinator of a team that was up 28-3 in a Super Bowl against New England, and you did absolutely nothing after that. And it was him calling the plays. It wasn't Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn's not calling the plays in Atlanta. It's Kyle Shanahan. So, I'm not sure. Again, I don't want Kyle Shanahan in a Super Bowl, at least from what we've seen, unfortunately. I think he's a great offensive mind, yes. But one game to win, he'll find a way to blow it for you, Yep. There was no excuse there. You had weapons out the ass with that Falcons team. You had the best receiver in Julio Jones, Who was the running back? Was it Devontae Freeman?
Devontae Freeman, yeah.
I mean, didn't even decide to run the football when you have a lead. We just decided to, let Matt Ryan step back and just throw and get sacked, fumbled, and that was just horrible play calling.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, I agree completely with what you're saying. I'm not denying that, and I'll emphasize I'm not really a big Shanahan fan, but we talked about Andy Reid. I mean, how many NFC championships and Super Bowls did he lose before joining up with the Chiefs? Right? I mean, they were losing too. They had great teams. I mean, not excuses for Kyle Shanahan. I'm just saying, he was.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Andy Reid did have a hard time getting over the hump, but look at the teams that he was playing against. He lost to the Rams the one year. The Rams had one of the greatest offenses you've ever seen. 1 year he lost to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay had one of the greatest defenses we've ever seen. I mean, the 1 year they did go to the Super Bowl, lose to Tom Brady and the Patriots when they do get over the hump. So when you look at the teams that he was going against and you look at those Eagles teams were nowhere near on paper as good as the teams he was coaching against, not even close.
No, I agree.
Whereas in this case, I don't think there's any doubt that Falcons team on paper was better than New England. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts talent-wise. Now, they had Tom Brady, yes, but again, you were up 28-3 with them having Tom Brady. So how do you lose that game? And Donovan McNabb, let's just face it, Donovan McNabb was not a big-time performer in big games,
Why not? He was a great quarterback.
He was good. I don't know I wouldn't consider him great. No.
Well, he's a Hall of Famer, isn't he?
McNabb? Not that I've seen. I've not seen Donovan McNabb in no Hall of Fame yet.
Well,
I'm not sure he is a Sherlock. He has not been elected in the Hall of Fame. There's a chance he may not get in, honestly. If we're being honest, there's a chance Phillip Rivers won't get in, dude. If Phillip Rivers don't get in the Hall of Fame, Donovan McNabb ain't got no business being in the Hall of Fame.
He's not a leading. Rivers will get in. McNabb doesn't have. I think he will. He doesn't have the quarterback stats to qualify.
No, McNabb's not. No, McNabb was not a. I don't consider him great. I consider him really good quarterback. Yes, had talent. I don't consider him a great quarterback. No. No.
Question: Bears going to improve, or are they going to stay a 6-win team?
I mean,
That's tough. I really don't know with that Bears team. I really don't.
I don't know either. I don't know.
I think Detroit takes a step back a little bit. I think Minnesota takes a step back a little bit, which could open things up.
I think I have more confidence than some people had in them going into last season. Some people had a lot of confidence in the Bears heading into last season, and I wasn't seeing that. This season, I have more confidence in them than I did last season, but it's the Bears, you know.
How about
and
the
Caleb
Pack,
Williams has still got something to prove.
The Pack is back, maybe, huh? How about let's ride the Packers.
To win that division?
Yeah, let's ride the Packers.
No, I don't know about that. I still think Detroit's. I still like Detroit to. I don't know. I still like Detroit.
Did you just say that just to try to get under my skin?
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
I already posted that. You can get the Panthers with a 20% boost. Yeah. Yeah, we ain't gonna worry about that.
Yeah, I mean, I do think Panthers win tonight, but no doubt about that.
I like the +1.5 tonight. I really see this as a close game, and I think
I can see that.
It's another one of those unders, I think, man. You know?
An under tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but possibly.
You got an earache now?
Because you talked about the Packers. He hates the Packers.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know.
They pretty well owned the Bears. I mean, they are co-owners of the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Of course, they beat them the last game they played in a meaningless game, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't see the Packers winning that division. I don't. They've got a complete offense now as long as this Golden guy is going to be good. But no, I don't see it happening.
No, not over Detroit. I still like Detroit. I really do.
And that's not just because I hate the Packers.
I still lean towards Detroit. I really do.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, Minnesota hasn't done enough to get to, McCarthy. We'll see what he's got. Obviously, they have a great receiver in Justin Jefferson, but, Detroit's got a lot of weapons themselves.
Hey, since we're on the NFL topic, I am absolutely pissed about the Chargers' first game of the season. I don't know what your guys' thoughts on that.
Oh, yeah, playing on a Friday?
Yeah, in Brazil.
Yeah, that's not something I'm real thrilled about. No thrill in Brazil for me.
Our best players could get injured. Like, it could happen. It really could. Justin Herbert probably is going to get a huge injury.
Yeah, I'm not too big on that either, to be honest with you.
If it's anything like last year's Brazil game, Justin Herbert's going to break his ankle or something. And
don't say that. We don't want that, man.
Well, I don't want that at all. But I mean, that turf, it is one of the worst turfs to play football on. I'm telling you, it's bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a concern. But if you're a Chiefs fan, you're concerned too, obviously. So it's like it's a lose-lose. But, yeah, I mean, that's the last thing you want is the first game of the year to lose anybody to injury.
Yeah, it's get rid of the Brazil game.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I don't have any. I don't care anything about it, honestly.
Should have been one and done.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
Looking at the PGA Championship right now, it looks like Jonathan Vegas at -8 is in the lead. And guess who's lurking in the shadows, Mike? Mr. Scheffler again at -5. DeChambeau at -3 in the running. You got Hovland at -2, Rahm at -2, and Rory at -1. Those are guys that could be there this weekend and make a little noise. PGA Championship, another major. And don't forget, Mike and I are going to the UFL Battlehawks game tomorrow, baby. Here it goes. Ka-ka! You're going to hear that a lot, man.
Yeah.
I know.
I feel so sorry for Mike.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to hearing that.
I do that the whole way over.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I may not be going to this game.
You're going to the game.
You may be selling my ticket on the side of the street somewhere because
I'm not going to be no scalper. Thanks, Lucas. Are you going to now? This is your job in the chat is to try to give me crap. You're a Cub fan. How can you give me crap about anything? I mean, come on. It took you 100 years to win between World Series wins. I mean, are you serious? Come on.
Well, it was more recent than the Cardinals last World Series. I mean,
yeah, the Cardinals have a lot more World Series wins than the Cubs, but more than the Dodgers too. Second to the Yankees. Thank you very much for your input. I need to know something about baseball, I'm not talking to you. That's all I can say right there. And I'm getting the hell out of here. The hell out of here. Come on. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see y'all later. Peace out.